You elected these people to run a $100+ million ambulance and fire service in Cy-Fair in Northwest Harris County. Maybe it's time to change your mind.
You guys titled your first video Toxic 911, and quite honestly, that is the most accurate title you could have given it.
ESD9 is accused of civil rights violations, failing to provide private places for breastfeeding paramedics.
I was told the other day that I should take a mold of my breast with me pumping and put it at Station 3 and say, home of the booby gate.
Age discrimination complaints, even allegations the command staff has falsified training certification documents.
I mean, the entire command staff, I guarantee you, has not attended a class in at least the last 3 years that I've been teaching.
Retaliating against anyone who complained. Instead of investigating the controversial fire chief, it appears the plan is to double down on retaliation, even against an elected member of the board.
I would like to have a motion on the floor to move forward with a referral to the district attorney to investigate Commissioner Pipa.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes by a vote of 4-0.
Pipa is the former president of the fire department board.
This is what they do. They want to get back at you. They want retribution. They want retaliation.
The way that the administration works here, you guys, is like an iron fist.
The message is becoming crystal clear. Don't dare to question the command staff at the Cy-Fair Fire Department, including the fire chief.
We need to make sure that the people that have complained are not going to be retaliated against.
Just condemned this administration, the people in leadership who were presumed guilty and who worked.
No, believe me this.
Let me finish. I let you finish. Who were held hostage to an investigative process that had a predetermined conclusion.
It's getting ugly. After a flood of personnel complaints surfaced, some have turned into lawsuits already, more are likely coming.
We had an attorney, in my opinion, before that allowed and tolerated this kind of environment to happen.
That's the law firm ESD9 just voted to hire again after the current lawyer resigned just a day before the meeting. And taking action against Pipa isn't ESD9's only step toward silencing detractors. The ESD9 board is also now fired the independent law firm brought in to investigate those employee complaints in the first place, before they even issued a report. What a waste of money.
I was asked to halt it last week by the insurance attorneys.
Attorney Camilla Sandman says getting fired mid-investigation is highly unusual, as was the fire department's limited cooperation.
I got things that they didn't mind giving me, let's just say that. You know, there was things that they did not give me at all.
It's a very bleak message for the rank and file, in my opinion. Obviously going back to their same old ways, the ways in which that personnel were uncomfortable trying to come forward with whistleblower complaints or grievances or the like.
The Texas Department of State Health Services is reportedly investigating ESD9 for those questionable certification records. This one was pretty funny. When we asked to see 4 years of those certification records, those rosters for training, we got a bill from ESD9, their lawyers in fact, for $93,000. That's bullshit. So I went there to issue a warning. I'm not going to play games. I don't mind paying reasonable fees for records, but I will not be played. I have seen this movie before. If it's not stopped, my company will cause you more legal problems. I'm warning you very succinctly. Best way to get me to stay around is to pull crap like you pulled with these responses to my records request. Damn! ESD9's allegations against Pipa was that when he was the president, he hired a PR firm without board approval.
This was done without board knowledge. It wasn't brought to the board.
Paiva says he was only worried the flood of complaints could cause bad press.
I was following legal counsel on all things. Nothing was engaged. No payments have ever been made, so I have not done anything that qualifies as hiring them.
And because the independent lawyer was at that meeting, the ESC9 board now accuses her of kind of legal malpractice.
The counsel we retained to review complaints against the fire chief has now been shown to have prior involvement and communications with Commissioner Paiva regarding efforts to remove the fire chief while this investigation is still underway. This creates an undeniable appearance of bias and conflicts with the impartiality this process demands.
That is not true. That is very untrue, and it never even was the case.
I was doing everything within my capacity. I was doing everything with legal advisory. So, at this point, they can accuse me of it, but proving that will be an entirely different matter.
And the former president issued a warning. The district may try to take him off the board, but they can't shut him up.
They're referring me to the district attorney's office for an investigation, and I welcome it. I said, bring it on, let's do this. Because now I can get all my information and my message out, because you've got a command that I believe is compromised and to a degree corrupt for the way that they operate and the way that they're conducting themselves.
Attorney Sandman says she's worked both sides of public corruption cases, and she's never seen a board retaliate against one of its own elected officials for the crime of exposing potential wrongdoing. Our toxic 911 investigation has hit home.
I have dealt with Mr. Josefino on a few times on the opposite side of the table. I call him a necessary evil. If it wasn't for the fact that he keeps finding things in some areas, I said we wouldn't need a person like him or his company to do the things that he does.
Necessary evil? Well, I guess I've been called worse. But ESC9 taxpayers should be warned that if your board continues to try to shoot the messenger, it could cost you a lot of money at the courthouse.
I definitely feel that the citizens need to start coming forward more and more because this is out of control, in my opinion. You've got a complacent board, which implicates the board.